What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTubeverse? I am cleaning up my tank. I took the stuff down and moved some things around real quick, so it's looking nice and murkier than normal. Gotta step back because all my face is all up in your way. So yeah, I just dropped the netting and stuff, and I started recording because I have it set to record after I did this, but little Rorschach here is being a bugaboo. So I thought it'd be fun while I'm working and showing you guys how it is to work with multiple animals, where while you're doing one thing, how another animal kind of interacts with you. And yeah. But the moment I started recording, he ran away because he wanted to be camera shy. So, hi bud. Bye bud. But this is my tank, how it is currently. I just brought this down because the roots of this Java fern right here has in fact wrapped into this netting so thoroughly that I need to put it down here so those roots can plant and that Java fern can grow extra big. Because what I'm having is issues here. Here, I'm going to take a break on the wipe downs. I'm going to take this. I ain't cutting you guys away yet, but I'm going to zoom in on some of the things. This is going to be a fun thing, so get ready. Oh, wow, that wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, great. Ugh, fingers in the way, though. All right. So, I was able to do this because it's a cloudy day, it's a little murkier in the sort of like daylight. So I'm able to get some decent viewage of some of the stuff going on, even though I just dropped a bunch of stuff down, so the dirt kicked up everywhere. I'm hoping that this netting might actually help with it being dirty and stuff as well. Maybe it'll catch some extra debris. But I have those water lilies growing up in here, and they need to get planted too. Bits of all sorts of plants floating around, because I've taken remnants of plants and floaters of things and stuff from either certain tanks that I had or, you know, stuff from work. Of course, I asked first. I got permission. I didn't just take them. You never just take from work. And my boss man knows about this from months ago because we talked about this when I brought the guppies in. This is like months and months ago. These plants are still in here. And in some cases, if there's a lot of trimmings and stuff floating around, we are able to use that for our sick room tanks or personal tanks, as long as we're not taking plants, you know? It's not good to steal from your job, people. But random trimmings here and there. These guys came in with some of the guppies I brought. So I asked my boss, was it cool if I dropped some of these leaf trimmings in there? And he said, sure. And I put them in with the guppies. I didn't know the guppies had ick, so the guppies didn't make it. But those plants, all these Java fern leaves, once they settle somewhere, they're going to start planting themselves. So yeah, bits of random floaters and things, just stuff that wasn't going to make it in the store, so I just brought it in to my tank. And that's the stuff there. I mean, the Anacharis I did have and actually paid for didn't last super duper long, comparatively, unfortunately. So I'm changing up my parameters a little bit and doing a water change today, 50%. And I will show you guys a little bit of before and after. This is the before, of course. I just wiped down the front glass, and that's about it right now. Going to be moving on to the rest. But even though the tank is murky and dirty, these guys are having so much fun. My Corydoras are loving it. That little thing right there, that greenish looking thing, that is just a bit of zucchini. Frozen bit of zucchini. They'll eat on it. If it's not gone in the next few hours, I will go ahead and take it. But the Coolie Loach, the Yo-Yo Loach, the Loaches, the Corydoras, and the other fish do love to snack on it. Plus I have a shrimp squad, a whole plethora of ghost shrimp in here, which you can't really see too good right now because they're doing a good job hiding in the murk. But we're going to clean out this a 50% water change, and the murk will clear some once I do that. And we will show you the difference on how to do a water change, because this is dark water or black water with a bunch of debris floating around, why it looks like this. It's actually healthy. I've done water tests, and I've shown the water test months ago. The water still looks the same, and the fish are still acting the same, so I haven't had a need to redo the water test. And there's Rorschach checking out the tank. Liking what you see, bud? Yep. He'll sometimes try to look at the fish, but I have to keep this lid up, because last thing we need is a cat swimming in this. Always be sure to have the necessary precautions to take care of all your animals. Alright, so we're going to move on to the next part. Okay, we are set to start doing the water change portion. Rorschach, you can't lift that. You have no fingers. You have no fingers. Alright. The Rorschach's trying to help me, man. He's trying to do good. Now, what I like to do when I get to this part here with this is I will get a container, which I thought I had. Oh, there it is. We'll use this one for now. And this sort of sturdy plastic thing could work. Old water pitchers, anything like that. As long as you have something that can hold a decent amount of water. Rorschach, don't be messing with the leg, okay? You knock that camera over, the video's gonna be pretty darn weird. Not that it ain't weird already. Alright. We're gonna go ahead, and when I do this, actually the lighting will make it easier to see on the tank. Set that down. Oof, yeah, that helps me a lot. Look how murky that is. Yep. So we gotta clean all that up in the front. Get rid of this stuff. Rorschach, what you looking at? He's looking like he's about to jump up here. I'm gonna move this so he doesn't hurt himself. As long as he stays out the water, he's fine to be up here. But yeah, you can see how much algae can grow. And I do keep my tank on a 6 to 8 hour cycle as well. So it's not like it's on all day, all night, every night. Doing that will get you so much algae though. Like you will have string algae, slime algae, algae. You will have algae growing on algae if you keep your lights on your tank all the time. Hi, buddy. You stay out of the water. Nope, out of the water. Don't do that. No, sir. Yeah, but you can see how with the right lighting, man, I didn't even know I had that much algae still in the front of the glass. That's crazy. I try not to do too much scraping, doing, and disturbing. I let the ecosystem do a lot of its work because I did work hard to get these plants together. Really, ecosystems when it comes to stuff like aquatic plants or aquatics in general with fresh water specifically, lots of plants are good. Nature has been using plants as its filter for millions of years, and who are we to say that we got it better than that? Might as well kind of follow through. Now, if you're not comfortable with plants, that's why they do offer the things like the more mechanical filters and stuff like that. There's nothing wrong with filters and stuff as long as you're using it responsibly, changing out the pads when you need to, and making sure that the flow is not too strong for your fish. Rorschach, he's trying to get the fish food. Fish food is not for cat. Fish food for fish. Not for you to eat. Hold on. Dude being crazy, man. Alright, I'll have to move these up over here. It's gonna look a little wonky to me with these Pokemon things, but whatever. Alright, sorry about that. And then, yeah, so clearing that up, you can already see it looks a lot better. You can actually see through the glass a lot more. See the silhouettes of the fish swimming around and stuff, man. So, now we're gonna get to the scooping part. While Rorschach's over here eating, what is he eating? You playing with a piece of plastic, bud? Being funny over there. Mm-hmm. Silly dude. Hey, man. You gonna help me with this part, too? Alright, let's get it. Now, thankfully, the 10-gallon tank's been drained and stuff, and I don't really have to worry too much about that anymore. I will try my best not to get any kind of plants in there. And yes, I did spill a little water off the side, but that's okay. This old carpet has a lot of water spilled on it. I will dry it up in a second. I have 2 towels off screen to take care of that. What I'm doing here is I'm not taking my fish out. I'm just scooping the water out and carefully putting it into a larger container. Thankfully, it's raining really hard right now, so I can dump this out and with all the wet rain stuffs and everything, more so towards the garden because all this extra nutrients within this tank and stuff are going to help the water out a lot, and it's going to get watered down so there's not too much of any extra things. There's not really much nitrate or ammonia in this water to begin with. Rorschach, you were doing the craziest things off screen. What are you doing, buddy? You're curious, you're trying to help? He's never helped me with water changes before. This is a new thing for little Rorschach here. Hi, cat. Look out, there's water coming. Oh, buddy. Yeah, not your favorite, huh? You good? He got splashed a bit. But I just do this until the bucket's full. And as you can see, doing one bucket like this for my water takes about 25, a little bit under 25% actually from the water. I'll get to about a third, maybe 3/4 of the water through by 2 big buckets here. You don't want to fill your bucket up to the tippy top either, because doing that, your water's going to slosh when you walk, and you don't want to dump it out everywhere. So I'm going to do this another time. I'm going to save you guys the viewage of having to watch that boring bit again, and we'll meet right back up again. Rorschach, do not knock my stand down, buddy. Okay, so cool stuff. The 2 big old buckets of water and stuff did make up about 1/3 or so of the tank off the top. And we're going to go ahead and refill that water. I'm coming up right now to give you guys a couple tips right quick. So, when you are changing your water, make sure you don't change it all out. You do want to keep some of it in there. 50 to 25% usually the norm. You don't want to go anywhere past 75%. You are going to reset your good bacteria count and possibly crash or reset your system if you do something like that. So the cool thing, even with a small tank, whatever 25, 50% is, anywhere between there should do just fine. Even so, in an emergency, I would say up to about 75% in an emergency situation. But there's also really cool oils and stuff. Seachem makes a wonderful stuff called Prime that will help nullify and possibly eliminate ammonia and nitrite issues if you catch it quick enough. Obviously, a lot of these oils and things are temporary fixes. It is up to you as the caretaker to actually know what to do, how to take care of it. Studying, watching YouTube like you're doing right now, going to your trusted local fish store or something. Do be careful the information you get from there. If you're unsure, cross-reference and talk to people that you trust that might know the most. And then from there, using your own intellect, cross-referencing and talking to people who do have a bit of a knowledge, you should be able to figure out what to do in a way that is safe for both you and your fish. In this case, we're talking fish, but this is a cool little thing to do with all animals. Now, we did not take too much out. We're not resetting the bacterial count or anything too bad or anything. Also, it's good to have some Seachem products or Fluval product, whatever your favorite is. I mean, Appy isn't even too bad, but having stuff to reintroduce good bacteria, and you do want a good dechlorinator just to make sure it's safe. The dechlorinator I'm going to be using today is not the Seachem brand. I have the Appy brand for that today. I wanted to do some of that with the aloe and whatnot. The aloe is good for the fish, and it should help with the tank. Another fun fact, and something you should know, my heater is submerged the entire time I am changing out my water. You do not want to have your heater on when your water is going to go below the level. All heaters will have a line, a ledger line kind of thing up towards the top, and it'll say water cannot go past here. The reason why that's like that is because it is not designed to heat the air. You will crack the ceramic that surrounds the heating apparatus, and if that happens and water gets in there, there could be problems, surge or leaks, depending on type of heater, what kind of stuff it uses. Very dangerous for the fish, so you have to be very careful about that. Unplug any devices that are not going to be underwater anymore, including air stones or filters, when changing out your water, because you will burn out your filters, and the air filters just make a terrible, terrible noise when they're not running underwater. So it's just not fun to listen to even. So the best thing to do is, since it is going to be just a quick change, you are more than welcome to turn your stuff off for a moment. Your fish will be fine for about a half an hour without their filter running. Just make sure you are being very careful when wiping down. Don't trap any of your fish in between what you're using to clean with and the glass. That can happen sometimes, especially if you're running with smaller species such as Rasboras or even shrimps of different varieties. Mostly your Neocarandina species, ghost shrimp, amanos, stuff like that. Things that don't really get past an inch or two. Small things like that. Be very careful not to crush them on accident. That's happened before. I've heard stories about it. Move your decorations carefully. If you think taking them out first before wiping things down is best because it might fall over on something, then go ahead and do that. To clean them, best thing to do is take an old toothbrush or something. It gets in between the crevices and stuff, so you can clean all your old ornaments and stuff using that. I don't have any ornaments here in this tank, but I do work with them at the store I do. Tank, it's just a lot of wood pieces and stuff. You're not going to be able to tell with all the murk and stuff. I do have the stuff running, but watch when I put the water back in and fill up this bit. It'll look a lot more less murky, a lot more clear and way less murky. I do not know why I combined the two sentences. I word good. I know how to English, maybe. All right, cool beans. We back to the next part here. So how oh gosh. Well, I like to make noise first by kicking the various thing I was just using to dump the water in the big bucket with. So everything got dumped. I got refilled some new clean water and everything. and we're going to dump it in nice and slow. I'm going to show you how I do it. Now, bigger buckets, heavier things like that, you do want anchorage. Thankfully, for me, I have this just set at the level where I can catch it, and you can see it has this lip right here. Boom. Kind of lock it in place some. And for me, I am good and strong enough to hold it with one hand, and then what I'm going to do with my other hand, I'm going to break that water flow. So this is the big trick right here. And I'm going to let, that's fine, that lid closed a bit actually, that's good, that helps out. So what we're doing here, while the hand is under the water, I'm breaking the water flow from hitting the water surface as hard as it probably would if I just let it dump normally. This keeps a bunch of extra debris from getting knocked around. I do have some plants that are loosely planted right under this that I just did not too long ago because we brought the water lilies down, and I did find a couple other things. I put Wapani wood here, so we're kind of letting it go gentle. This trick of letting your hand break the water flow, it's a trick that's been used by a lot of people. It's really cool. Yes, you're going to have to get your hands wet when you clean up the tanks and stuff, man. So that's a big thing with having fish tanks. If you're not really a fan of it, like the water in the hands and dealing with the fish, you know, the idea of a fish running across your hands, you would have to have the money to get someone to do it for you, and not everyone has that. So be careful on what you're getting, how you're going to do it, because the best way to take care of your animals is to be hands-on. So there's no easy way. There's no like self-cleaning tank, you know? Even if there's something marketed for that, man, nah. It's gonna get dirty because good clean water is gonna attract algae. Algae in your tank is not a terrible thing. It doesn't look good, but the fact that you have microorganisms of the plant variety growing in your tank and thriving in your tank means you have healthy waters. So that's a good thing. Sucks to not have clean waters, I get that. But it's all an aesthetic thing too. I mean, nature's been doing it for thousands, millions of years even. I said thousands, millions and billions of years, I should say. Even before history is recorded, plants have been part of nature, thriving and striving and taking out all the NAS, like the ammonias and nitrates, the subproducts of the fish wastes. I mean, the waste of the aquatic creatures at the time, because the fish were not always fish the way they are fish today. Very interesting about all the evolution of things. Huge shout out to those who study the fossils and stuff. Very cool stuff to know our history, and that's how it helps us learn about our creatures here. So I'm gonna do the other bucket without talking your ears off, and we'll come back when the water's all poured in, and I'll kind of do a couple more little pointers, and that should be it for the today's fish tank thing, you know, sort of deal. But you can see already putting that water in. It's already gotten a lot clearer. So cleaning out and changing water does clean up the debris. Because I did suck out a lot of debris. Well, I didn't suck it out. I scooped out a lot of debris with the scooping thing I had. Old containers. So that's why it's fun to also keep old containers plastically, especially if you're a fish keeper. Oh, look at that. That's a ghost shrimp. And if you couldn't tell, she got babies. She got scared by the fish. Oh, there's another ghost shrimp. Yep, they're all swimming around now. So this is about the average size of a ghost shrimp. That's another female. Females are larger, with larger abdomens to hold baby eggs. I don't know. Well, eggs and babies are the same thing. I don't know how I have a baby egg. Huh. I might as well just cut off right quick and reset, and we'll be right back. Just filling up. Let's check on Lady here. She's getting all faded coloring because she's about to go through a shed. It is a new season, so often they will start shedding when they're adults, maybe 2-3 times a year. Hi, you. I know what you up to. I'm showing the peoples you're doing good. You've gotten so popular. Oh, you can see, yeah. You about to shed? You gonna have a little lizard onesie going on? Oh, friend. How are you doing? I'm not gonna really try handling her right now. I just wanted to show you guys her because she has not been out very much. But she's doing so good still. Hi, you. We'll check on you later, okay? I gotta go do finishing the tank stuffs. Oh, got something in your eye? Got it. There you go. All right, so everything is filled up. I usually leave a teeny gap at the top of my tank because the type of lid I got has a gap for a filter that go right there, but I don't use that filter. So because of that, just in case one of my little guppies or something gets spooked, or maybe even the yo-yo loach or something, I don't want them spraying out of the tank too easily, so I usually keep a little bit of a gap so that if there's a bit of jumpage, it might help. And I mean, it is just the one gap in the back and everything. But I tried putting a bag over it and this, that, and the other. It just looked so dang tacky and whatnot. I just wasn't happy with the setup. So went to war of the usual and chilled. Just leave alone and let it do. And then, so yeah, that's right down there. So we did take that and bring it down. I do have these things now floating around, so that's not catching these things in the corner. I'm hoping a lot of these leaves and stuff will find a place and sell. You can see all these good roots are coming off of them. Java ferns are one of my favorite plants, especially for beginners, because if you do accidentally plant them too deep or mess up or do something, the plant will start surviving by growing off of its roots, or its roots off of its leaves. New leaves, new roots, everything. It's amazing. Yeah, the plant is definitely hardy at surviving. And what it'll do, those leaves will float around until it finds something to settle in. Those roots will kind of take place, and a new plant will start trying to grow from that. Very interesting that the way the Java ferns work. So, kind of freed up that corner. I'm hoping that the floating plants will start finding their ways to where they can go and do some good work and good planting, good rooting. And from there, they will grow, start catching a bunch of this debris floating around, and we'll be able to see to the back of the tank again. You can see a lot of the silhouettes of a lot of the stuff I planted, and that's kind of a cool aesthetic as well, you know? And again, the animals love it. I have a lot of bottom dwellers, and they are digging the fact that they are able to hide in the murky water. The wooden stuff, too, even kind of like is in a shape where they can kind of hide under it and do stuff in there. So, yeah, everything is really cool right now, and I do hope things keep doing as they do. I will let you guys know. But this is the end of today's video. Little tips. My water changed, tank doing good, and it was a nice cloudy day so we can see a lot without too much glare going on. So everything worked out all right. Hopefully everything working out for you guys as well. If it ain't, there's always tomorrow. Always go towards the better. I mean, that's just the way of life right now, man. Ain't none of us having it too good, so we're going to keep working, keep striving until it do get good. And you know what? That ain't bad. If life was too easy, I think I'd be pretty bored myself. With that, y'all have a good one. Take care of your animals. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Peace out.